Foreign affairs today. I can't stop talking about it. Some people say to me, Mark, quit talking about it. But anyone who's followed us for the last 4, really 6 years knows we've been talking about the foreign affairs being the black swan for all these years, and it's slowly moving forward. It's coming true. It's just coming true. Now we find out, according to the Washington Post, that there are special operations forces inside Libya. Maybe 25, but I keep talking about Vietnam. I thought we were getting out of that area. All we do is slowly, it's just so obvious. We're slowly putting people in, putting in more people, putting in more people. The president promised to pull everybody out of Iraq, and he promptly put people back into Iraq. He left no government there. He's walked away from Syria, and now what's happened, which is it's probably too late to do anything now. We're talking years ago after his little red line jive. And now we're in a situation where the Russians are just sitting there propping up Assad, and we're the ones taking on ISIS. The Russians aren't hitting ISIS. They go out and carpet bomb whoever they want to hit when they're doing it. They don't have smart bombs, or if they do, they're not using them. We're sitting there trying to make sure we're not hitting everybody, and at the same time, we're the only ones taking on ISIS, and now we have special ops in there, special operations forces. It's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. This is what happened in Vietnam. And all of a sudden, the Gulf of Tonkin resolution came out of left field. And then the best part is, the president, after all this time we've been saying, there's no way he can take care of this, it's just not going to end. You either go in or you don't go in and you stay out. The president's now said, well, I'm not the guy who's going to be able to change this. It's going to have to be the next president, whoever that is, because I'm not going to be able to finish it. So thank you, Mr. President. Now you've put troops back in. You're putting troops back in everywhere in the Middle East. Some here, some there, some everywhere. You say they're not combat troops, but they die. And it's not dying from old age. They're combat troops. They're in the front lines. They're really involved. You either do it or don't do it. But this slow drip is what got us into Vietnam. And then all of a sudden, LBJ dumped us in there. It doesn't work that way. You either get in or get out. And if people don't see what's going on and realize that the greatest issue facing our president, our next president, is going to be foreign affairs, and now we're going to have to deal with it because it's not just the Middle East. It's Russia. It's China with their fortifying rocks in the South China Sea. The Russians just doing whatever they want and buzzing our ships and buzzing our planes. It's just getting worse because the president knows he's out. It doesn't matter. He might as well just cruise everywhere and do his thing. But hey, I can't finish this. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to go on and on. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for getting us in there deeper and deeper and deeper. And thanks for leaving it up to the next president. And those of you who are voting in this next election, however you vote, remember that this next president is going to have to deal with ISIS and all these other foreign policy issues. Economy's not that hard. You just flood money into the economy. Here, you can talk inflation, whatever you want. I'm not going to argue any of that. This is foreign policy. This is different. This requires armaments. This requires materials. This requires troops. As we said, like I think it was like 3-4 months ago, what's going to definitely help this economy, or maybe it was 6 months ago, what's going to definitely help this economy is all this war footing we're going to be on and how all the money's going to be going into armaments and munitions. We're just slowly going into this war footing, everybody. It's Vietnam all over again, but it's a bigger, more interconnected world. Please keep a close eye on it. This is where the action is. It's going to work out. It always does. But this is where the action is, and this is what our next president's going to have to deal with. Peace.